In a world overwhelmed by weakness and endless distractions, the Stoic path stands as your battle plan, a guide to forging a mind of iron, sharpening your judgment, and arming you with timeless wisdom. This isn't just a video. It's your manual for an extraordinary life. Why this path? Because the world has lost its way. We live in an age of noise and numbness, where men are praised for being passive, where distractions rule every hour, and where comfort has become the highest god. You're told to chase ease, to fit in, to follow, to obey, to scroll and consume and stay small. But deep inside, you know better. There's a voice in you that refuses to die, a fire that aches to be fed, a part of you that longs for strength, for meaning, for something real. That voice? That fire? It's why this path matters. Because this isn't just a book. This isn't a trend. This is a call to arms. The Stoic path is your battle plan for a life of purpose, resilience, and power. It's not about running from the world. It's about rising above it. About stepping into the storm, not as a victim, but as a man forged in discipline. A man who sees chaos, and brings order. Who sees temptation, and says no. Who sees fear, and walks forward anyway. Let me be blunt. The greatest enemy you'll ever face is not outside you. It's not your boss, your ex, the system, or your past. It's you. Your weaker self. The voice that tells you to sleep in. The urge to avoid the hard conversation. The hunger for approval. The addiction to pleasure. The fear of judgment. That part of you that wants the crown but won't carry the cross. This path matters because it gives you the tools to defeat that inner coward, not once, but every single day. It's not about feeling motivated. It's about building discipline. It's not about talking. It's about doing. It's not about comfort. It's about character. The Stoic path teaches you that true strength isn't loud, it's silent. It's found in the man who holds the line when no one's watching. Who chooses virtue over vanity. Who delays gratification to win the long war. This path will not coddle you. It will cut you, refine you, turn your mind into iron. But in return, it will give you something no one else can: self-mastery. The Stoics weren't soft. They weren't spectators. They were warriors of the mind, emperors, generals, slaves, and philosophers, who faced death, betrayal, poverty, and exile, and emerged unshaken. Why? Because they trained their minds to obey reason, not emotion. Because they anchored their souls to what no man could take away, virtue. Marcus Aurelius ruled an empire while battling sickness and war. Epictetus was born a slave and still became one of the most respected minds in history. Seneca was surrounded by corruption, wealth, and politics, yet wrote of simplicity and courage till his final breath. These weren't perfect men, but they were practiced men. They didn't wait for peace, they created it in their hearts. They didn't chase applause, they earned self-respect. Their teachings are simple, but never easy. And that's why they work. Look around you. Men are more anxious, lost, and directionless than ever before. We were made for struggle, and yet we've been sedated by dopamine and soft living. We were made to build, to hunt, to protect, and yet we've been taught to apologize for our nature. We were made to stand alone, if needed, but we're terrified of being unfollowed. And that's why this path matters. Because the modern world wants to keep you distracted, docile, and dependent. But the Stoic path is your way out. Not just for your sake, but for your future family, your purpose, your legacy. This is not something you read once and forget. This is something you live. Every page is a weapon. Every chapter is a drill. It's your manual for war, for building a life of deep meaning, hard edges, and clear direction. It will challenge your excuses. It will confront your ego. It will teach you to feel pain without being broken by it. To carry weight without complaining. To lead yourself before trying to lead others. And when you're faced with betrayal, failure, confusion, or loss, you won't flinch. Because you'll be armed. With wisdom. With stillness. With power. This path demands sacrifice. You'll lose comfort. You'll lose popularity. You'll lose the illusion of control. But in return, you'll gain what matters. Purpose. A man with purpose is a man who cannot be enslaved. He doesn't need validation, he lives by his values. He doesn't run from suffering, he turns it into strength. He doesn't need perfect conditions, he adapts, endures, and executes. Purpose is not found. It's forged. It's built in silence, in sweat, in solitude, in days when nothing goes right, and you keep going anyway. To walk this path is to follow a code. Discipline over impulse. Reason over reaction. Virtue over vanity. Action over talk. Responsibility over excuses. Legacy over likes. You don't get to control the world, but you do control your response to it. That's your battlefield. That's your power. The Stoic doesn't wait for the storm to pass. He learns to walk through it with calm eyes and a steady hand. He's not fearless, but he moves forward anyway. He's not perfect, but he never stops refining. And in a world built to break men down, he becomes unbreakable. You may not realize it, but time is your most ruthless enemy. You're not guaranteed another year, another month, another hour. Every moment you delay your calling is a moment you empower your weakness. The man you could be, the man you're meant to be, is waiting on the other side of your comfort zone. Every excuse you make buries him deeper. Every distraction you chase keeps you small. But the good news: you're not too late. Right now, in this very moment, you can decide to stop watching life pass by, to stop hiding behind fears and doubts, to stop blaming the world. You can choose the path. The Stoic path. This is not for everyone. Some will read these words and scroll on. Some will scoff and return to their numbing routines. But a few, a rare few, will feel something ignite. They'll rise early tomorrow, not because they have to, but because they can. They'll face discomfort with grit. They'll trade their vices for virtue. They'll begin the quiet, brutal, sacred work of becoming who they were born to be. This path isn't easy, but it is worth it. Because when you walk it, you don't just become stronger, you become free. Free from weakness. Free from fear. Free from the world's grip. You become dangerous. You become disciplined. You become you. The real you. And that man, the one with clarity, conviction, and quiet power, is who the world desperately needs. So stand up. Sharpen your mind. Strengthen your heart. Master your emotions. Lead yourself. And walk the path. Live powerfully. Endure relentlessly. Lead virtuously. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, share and follow the channel. Your support helps us reach more people who need this message. Let's grow stronger, together.